For centuries, one of history's most profound enigmas has captivated scholars and adventurers alike. Where does Alexander the Great, the legendary conqueror whose empire stretched across 3 continents, truly rest? His tomb remains one of the most sought-after archaeological prizes. The traditional narrative places his final resting place firmly within the ancient city of Alexandria, Egypt. This account has been accepted for millennia, shaping our understanding of his legacy. But what if this widely held belief is incomplete, or even entirely mistaken? What if the greatest conqueror of the ancient world lies hidden not in the sands of Egypt, but beneath the soil of modern-day Turkey? This is the intriguing question we aim to explore. Could a secret history, long overlooked, finally reveal the true location of Alexander's tomb? This hidden history script challenges the established narrative. It invites you to consider a compelling alternative, one supported by a surprising array of historical clues, archaeological findings, and enduring local legends. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about Alexander's final journey. Alexander the Great met his untimely end in Babylon in 323 BCE. He was just 32 years old, leaving behind an empire of unprecedented scale. His death immediately sparked a fierce struggle among his generals, known as the Diadochi, for control of his vast domains. According to historical accounts, Alexander's body was meticulously prepared for burial. It was reportedly placed within a magnificent golden sarcophagus, a testament to his divine status. This elaborate funeral procession began its journey, intended for Aigai, the traditional burial ground of Macedonian kings. However, Ptolemy Isoter, one of Alexander's most trusted generals, intercepted the procession. He diverted the body to Memphis, Egypt, asserting his claim over the region. Later, Ptolemy moved the sarcophagus to Alexandria, the city Alexander himself founded. In Alexandria, the tomb became a revered pilgrimage site. Roman emperors, including Julius Caesar, Augustus, and Caracalla, journeyed there to pay their respects. They sought inspiration and legitimacy from the conqueror's enduring spirit. The tomb was housed within a grand mausoleum, a central feature of the Ptolemaic dynasty's power. It was a symbol of their connection to Alexander, solidifying their rule over Egypt. For centuries, its location was well known and frequently visited. Yet, after the 4th century CE, the tomb of Alexander the Great mysteriously vanished from historical records. Its precise location became lost to time, swallowed by the shifting sands of history and the decline of the Roman Empire. This disappearance ignited centuries of speculation. The loss of such a significant historical artifact has fueled countless expeditions and theories. Was it destroyed? Was it simply forgotten? Or, perhaps, was it moved to a secret location, far from the turmoil of a collapsing empire? The traditional account of Alexander's tomb in Alexandria, while widely accepted, is not without its challengers. Some scholars propose that the body may have been diverted not once, but twice. They suggest it might never have reached its final resting place in Alexandria, or was moved from there. This alternative perspective gains traction when considering the political landscape of the Diadochi. The struggle for legitimacy was paramount, and possessing Alexander's body was a powerful symbol. This intense competition could have led to clandestine maneuvers. Consider the famous Alexander sarcophagus, discovered in Sidon, Lebanon. This magnificent sarcophagus, adorned with intricate carvings depicting Alexander in battle, was initially believed to contain his remains. However, it belonged to Abdalanimus, the king of Sidon. The existence of such a grand sarcophagus, clearly referencing Alexander but not containing him, is highly significant. It suggests that other powerful figures sought to associate themselves with Alexander's image. It also hints at the possibility of multiple, perhaps misleading, burial narratives. The Sidon sarcophagus serves as a powerful reminder. It shows that even grand, Alexander-themed burial monuments did not necessarily hold his body. This opens the door to the idea that his true resting place could be far more discreet, or in an unexpected location. The political instability and constant warfare among the Diadochi provide a compelling motive for secrecy. Protecting Alexander's body from rivals would have been a top priority. A hidden burial, away from the public eye, would have been the ultimate safeguard. Intriguingly, local legends and historical sites in modern-day Turkey offer a compelling counter-narrative. These stories, passed down through generations, speak of Alexander's presence and even his final rest within Anatolian soil. Could these be more than mere folklore? In the ancient city of Izmir, formerly Smyrna, whispers of Alexander's connection persist. Ancient tombs and local traditions in this region link the conqueror to Anatolia. These narratives suggest a deeper, more personal bond with the land. The legendary city of Troy, also located in modern-day Turkey, holds its own set of Alexander-related legends. Alexander himself visited Troy, paying homage to Achilles, his mythical ancestor. This visit underscores his profound connection to Anatolian history and mythology. Could this deep reverence for Anatolia have influenced his final resting place? The idea of a hidden burial in a land he admired and conquered is a powerful one. It aligns with his strategic mind and his desire for a lasting legacy. Furthermore, the mausoleum at Halicarnassus, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, stood in Bodrum, Turkey. This monumental tomb, built for Mausolus, a satrap in the Persian Empire, was an architectural marvel. It showcased the pinnacle of ancient funerary architecture. The sheer scale and grandeur of the Halicarnassus mausoleum could have inspired a similar, yet secret, burial site for Alexander. Perhaps a successor, seeking to honor him in a grand but hidden manner, chose a similar, discreet location within Anatolia. The presence of such advanced funerary practices in Anatolia during Alexander's era is significant. It demonstrates the capability and cultural context for constructing a hidden, yet magnificent, tomb. This makes the Anatolian theory even more plausible. Archaeological excavations across Turkey have yielded fascinating discoveries that lend credence to the Anatolian burial theory. These findings, though not definitive proof, paint a compelling picture of a region deeply connected to Alexander's era and his legacy. Numerous Hellenistic tombs have been unearthed throughout Anatolia. These burial sites often exhibit distinct Macedonian influences in their architecture and grave goods. Such findings suggest a strong cultural and political presence of Alexander's successors in the region. These tombs date precisely to the period following Alexander's death. They demonstrate that Macedonian elites, or those heavily influenced by Macedonian culture, were burying their dead in Anatolia with significant pomp and circumstance. This establishes a precedent for a royal burial. Anatolia's strategic importance cannot be overstated. It served as a crucial bridge between Alexander's vast empire and the territories of his feuding successors, the Diadochi. Control over Anatolia was vital for maintaining power and influence. The Diadochi were locked in a relentless struggle for control of Alexander's empire. Possessing his body was not merely a matter of reverence, it was a powerful political tool. It legitimized their rule and provided a symbolic link to the great conqueror. This intense competition raises a critical question: would any of the Diadochi risk leaving Alexander's body in a publicly known location? A secret burial, especially in a strategically important and defensible region like Anatolia, makes perfect sense. Consider the possibility that one of Alexander's successors, perhaps Lysimachus or Antigonus, secretly transported the remains to Anatolia. They might have done so for safekeeping, away from the constant threat of seizure by rival factions. Such a clandestine transfer would explain the tomb's disappearance from public record. It would have been a closely guarded secret, known only to a select few, ensuring its protection from both enemies and the ravages of time. The archaeological evidence, therefore, provides a tangible link. It shows that the cultural and political conditions were ripe for a hidden, royal-level burial in Anatolia. This makes the theory of an Anatolian resting place increasingly compelling. Beyond archaeological findings, a rich tapestry of local Turkish traditions and legends further supports the Anatolian theory. These narratives, woven into the fabric of the land, offer intriguing parallels to the historical mystery of Alexander's tomb. They suggest a deep-seated belief in his presence. One fascinating aspect is the overlapping narratives concerning Alexander's journey. Legends from the Siwar oasis in Egypt, where Alexander consulted the oracle, share thematic similarities with stories found in Anatolia. This suggests potential transfer routes or shared mythical journeys. These shared narratives could be echoes of a real historical movement. They might hint at a deliberate effort to obscure the true path of Alexander's remains, creating multiple, conflicting stories to protect a secret. In the region of Manasır, Turkey, ancient locals have long linked prominent burial mounds, known as tumuli, to Macedonian royalty. These impressive structures dot the landscape, standing as silent sentinels of a forgotten past. These tumuli are not merely random mounds of earth. They are sophisticated burial structures, often containing rich grave goods and elaborate chambers. Their association with Macedonian figures is a powerful local tradition. Could one of these grand tumuli, or a similar, yet undiscovered, structure, be the final resting place of Alexander himself? The scale and design of these mounds certainly fit the stature of a great king. Furthermore, some Islamic legends speak of Iskandar, the Arabic name for Alexander, in a very specific geographical context. These legends often place him in the lands between two seas, a phrase that holds significant geographical meaning. The lands between two seas is a poetic and historically accurate description of Anatolia. This peninsula is famously bordered by the Black Sea to the north and the Mediterranean Sea to the south. This geographical descriptor is remarkably precise. If these ancient legends are more than just folklore, they could be a subtle, encoded reference to Alexander's true burial location. They might be a cultural memory, passed down through generations, hinting at a secret known only to a select few. These aligned traditions and legends, when combined with the archaeological evidence, paint a compelling picture. They suggest that the idea of Alexander resting in Anatolia is not a modern invention, but a deeply rooted belief within the region itself. The mystery of Alexander the Great's tomb remains one of history's most enduring puzzles. While the traditional narrative places his final resting place in Alexandria, Egypt, the evidence for an Anatolian burial is increasingly compelling. It challenges us to reconsider long-held assumptions. It is crucial to acknowledge that, as of now, there is no definitive, irrefutable proof for the Turkish claim. The tomb has not been found, and its contents have not been verified. The search continues, driven by both historical curiosity and modern archaeological methods. However, the growing strength of the Anatolian theory cannot be dismissed. The convergence of historical accounts, archaeological discoveries, and persistent local legends creates a powerful argument. It suggests a narrative far more complex than previously imagined. This alternative theory invites us to ponder a profound question. Was Alexander's tomb truly lost to the sands of Alexandria, or was it deliberately hidden in the rugged, strategic landscapes of Anatolia? The implications of either scenario are immense. If the tomb is indeed in Turkey, it would rewrite a significant chapter of ancient history. It would shed new light on the political machinations of the Diadochi and the enduring legacy of Alexander himself. It would be a discovery of unparalleled magnitude. The search for Alexander's tomb is more than just an archaeological quest. It is a journey into the heart of ancient power, ambition, and secrecy. It reminds us that history is not always as straightforward as it seems. Perhaps the great conqueror, whose empire spanned continents, rests in a location yet to be discovered. A place chosen for its secrecy, its strategic importance, and its deep connection to his own legendary journey. The mystery endures, waiting for its final revelation. If you enjoyed this dive into mystery and history, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss more epic journeys with the Turkish Odyssey. Thank you for watching. See you in the next adventure.